So you want to build up a banknote collection and you're not too sure on how you should do it. Well, if I can get this camera pretty much normal. Okay, so it's like coin collecting. So you got coins. First thing you're going to do is just buy a bulk lot of coins, or in this case you're going to buy a bulk lot of banknotes. So I do this quite a lot, and this is something that you can do as long as you know what the value of each of these banknotes is. And these banknotes are all pretty circulated and probably worth less than $1. So, and also you got these banknotes, you're not too sure what they are. A lot of them will have English or even just Latin lettering in the country's name, like we've got Zimbabwe there, so you know where Zimbabwe is. And a lot of them have different scripts. So this has the, looks like Devangari. This is a Bangladeshi banknote, or maybe it's a Bangladeshi script. So we will go through these banknotes and see, if there's anything to put in the collection. And also I do go through my banknotes and I have them all catalogued, so I know pretty knowledgeable on what I've got and what I don't have. So the first one we got is a 10 taka from Bangladesh. So this is not the smallest banknote you're going to get, that's the 2 taka. Smallest banknote they did issue is the 1 taka, but that's replaced by a coin. The 2 and 5 taka have a coin in the banknote currently in circulation as far as I know. So I'm not too sure what's on this banknote because I need to look that up. But anyway, this one I don't have. It has a security thread, has a bird, looks like it has lotus. And this is probably, could be a mosque or a mausoleum. And on the other side looks like we got a fort, or that could actually be the Independence Memorial. It's 2003. This one's probably worth $1 or less. Okay, next one we have is Zimbabwe. We have the Zimbabwe standing stone, so that's not the coat of arms. The coat of arms is the Zimbabwe bird. That's in the watermark. So this is a hyperinflation banknote, and this one is dated 2001. So this is during the more stable period of the first dollar. And I believe 2001 is probably the first year of issue of this. As you can see, it's seen a lot of circulation. Looks like we've got a power station with the 2 stacks from which steam comes out. So that's power generation. That one's probably worth about $1. If you can get uncirculated grade, you can find these for probably about $10. Okay, the next one we have is a Bolivia, oh no, not Bolivia, Venezuela. So Venezuela, 20 Bolivar. This is from 2009. So this is from the second Bolivar. So they redenominated 2007. This is during the stable period, so I'm not surprised this circulated. The inflation happened pretty much after Hugo Chavez died in 2013. So probably about 2015 it started to lose value quite substantially. But at this time period, it's probably worth at least $10 American. Now it's just worthless. We have 2 turtles on this side. It might be green turtles, not so sure. Coat of arms. And looks like we've got a river scene in the background. It's in Spanish, so there's no English on this, but it is in Latin, the alphabet. In this condition, not really worth much money, but it is quite a nice banknote. And here we have Lisa Samed Miss Arismendi. So she has some type of historical figure in Venezuela. But anyway, so that's that one. Okay, next one we have is from Egypt. Yeah, Central Bank of Egypt. And this one has the coat of arms. So it's the current coat of arms. And the current coat flag is this. So we've got black, white and red. Black, white and red. And the eagle is actually in the white part of the flag. And then we have corn in the background and cauliflower. So cauliflower comes from Europe, corn comes from Central America. And on this side we've got a mosque. This one's dated 2008. And they have replaced this with a coin, although this might circulate. And the watermark is Tutankhamun's death mask. So it's quite a nice banknote. And these probably cost about $1 each. Not really special banknotes. I need to see if that's what they have. That. Okay, a banknote I don't have, and this has been replaced by a coin in, I think, about 1998. It's a Uruguay 5 pesos. So this is the same style as the current Uruguay series, and it says Uruguay, has the coat of arms. It has Jacqueline Torres Garcia, and he might be a writer, though not too sure. Anyway, watermark is someone else. And on this side, abstract art, so he might be an artist. So, Peso Uruguayos. So they currently use this, I'm not too sure if this is still legal tender, but they currently use this currency in Uruguay. So, the smallest banknote is the 20 pesos. The highest coin is the 10 pesos, and the smallest coin is 1 peso. I think the highest banknote is 5,000 pesos. Need to look that up. Okay, next banknote has Uncle Ho Chi Minh. So this is 1988. This is, you can still use this in Vietnam. When I went to Vietnam years ago, you just used all banknotes. So from 200 dong to 500,000 dong, they're all banknotes, and this is one of them. So really, this is a current banknote Vietnam. It's really not worth that much money. On the back we have weaving. I like it because the actual blue stands out against the brown print that's on it. So the watermark looks like flowers. You get different types of watermarks of this. Anyway, so that's a current banknote. Hey Ying Dong. So that one, spend it. Now another common banknote, 1,000 euro of Italy. So this is the last series. Although in 1997 they did issue a 1,000 lira coin to circulate with this. So this one has Giopino. Oh no, that's not it. Her name's here. M. Montessori. Which is also in the watermark. And on the other side we have education. So maybe she might be associated with education. This one's dated 1990. Okay, that's the decree actually. There is no actual date of printing of these banknotes, so that's really... These ones are probably about $2 to $3. Okay, Solomon Islands, $2 banknote. This was replaced by a coin in 2012. We have the flag of the Solomon Islands. So this is reversed. So the blue part is actually the front of the flag. And we've got the Southern Cross. Then we have the coat of arms. So it has a alligator. No, not alligator. Crocodile. A shark. Not too sure what type of shark it is. We have various features of not Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands. Papua New Guinea is close anyway. And we have indigenous art down below. So quite nice. I don't think I have this denomination. We have an eagle head for the watermark. Yeah, and probably in this condition only a few dollars. Uncirculated, I think they're about $5. And we have, looks like these people fishing. Yeah, so they've corralled all the fish. It looks like they're corralled in a net. And they're actually spearing them, so it's sustainable food. Anyway, Solomon Islands, very interesting country. Pity they had a civil war, ended in 2002. Okay, Zambia, 5,000 kwacha. So this year Zambia's actually changed their banknotes. So from 1992 to about 2024 they issued this style. They redenominated in, I think, 2005. Is it 2000? Yeah, I think the same year as Turkey did. And this became 5 kwacha. So the highest banknote issued with this series is 50,000 kwacha. It's a bit hard to get. This one 5,000. Not too hard. And these are all dated down here, so the date is not there. And we have I think that is the fishing eagle, national bird of Zambia. Quite an interesting country. And here we have, looks like taro, or maybe got some other plants, got a lion, male lion. And here's a guy breaking the chains for independence. So it's quite a nice banknote. In this condition, probably only about $5. Okay, another country that suffered hyperinflation, 50 pesos from Argentina. This one, there's a guy on his horse. So that actually represents something, but I haven't looked that up. And ooh, this is something that should upset the people from, looks like an albatross. So this is the Falkland Islands. And they call it Island Malvines or something like that. But UK and Argentina had a war in 1982. Argentina invaded it and the UK took it back. Quite a few thousand people died. So that's the disputed island. Although there was a man, was it a man wolf? Falkland Island wolf anyway. So this is probably, exchange rate's about 1,000 pesos currently to $1 Australian dollar. So this one's worth about 5 cents in the exchange rate. So really probably 50 cents for this banknote. It's pretty well circulated. Okay, another banknote. So this is, it's currently circulating denomination, although they've changed the actual banknote. This is Nigeria. The current exchange rate's 1,000 naira equals $1 Australian dollar. So this is worth about 50 cents. And the highest banknote that issues 1,000 naira, so it's pretty much worth $1. So really, this is just a banknote country now. So even Argentina is also just a banknote country because the 10 pesos is pretty much worthless. And Vietnam is also a banknote country. They don't use any coins. And pretty much probably also Venezuela is a banknote country. So there's countries that use coins and banknotes, there's countries that just use banknotes. And here we have Mr. Namdi Azikiwe, 1904, 1996, probably independent statesman. And here we have, looks like an oil rig out in the sea, Biafran Strait. So, and then we have the coat of arms. So, anyway, so this one's probably just really face value, 50 cents. Costa Rica, 5 colons. We have a portrait of Mr. Castro. And this is in Costa Rica, 5 colones is the smallest coin, or probably even the 10 coins is the smallest coin. The 5 is pretty much worth 1 cent, so it's not really worth circulating. This is 92. You have a nice beautiful flower that looks like an orchid. Beautiful. I like the way that the colours stand out against the actual background of the banknote. And on this side, oh, this is such a beautiful type of banknote. Seen from 1897 of a coastal port. You have people in their traditional clothing and they're harvesting, looks like banana. Yes, this is probably only worth about $1 or so, but really it's just an interesting banknote. Aha! So here we have Mozambique, and I better go check my dinner. Okay, so during the 1980s, can't remember the actual date, a newspaper had a giveaway in which you buy a newspaper and you can actually get one of those currency books, like a magazine or something, and you can put this in it. So this was the first one, and this is also the most popular banknote you're going to find in Melbourne, or most common, should I say. It's a Mozambique 100 escudos, issued probably 1975 to 1980 after independence. So they didn't actually issue during banknotes to 1980, so I'm not too sure why there was a delay. And on this side we have the Bank National Ultramarino. So this actually bank you can actually find in Macau still, and it's pretty common. Probably in this worth less than $1. Okay, next banknote's from Mongolia. This is a current banknote. And here we have for the current independence leader in 2021. I can't remember his name. But the higher value banknotes have Genghis Khan. So this has the Mongolian script on it. Here we have the coat of arms, or the emblem. And the Mongolian script is written from top to bottom. So it's a pretty different script than we used to. But they also use the Cyrillic script as well, which they adopted after the conversion to communism. And here we have a countryside which is mainly just plain with some trees. So there's a 10 Togluk. It's worth about 1 cent. So I think you can pick these up for about $1. And it's a current circulating banknote. They did try issuing coins, but they stopped it. So this is another country that only issues banknotes, no coins. And because it's in between Russia and China pretty much is all digital. You're not really going to use currency, but Russia, they use banknotes. Okay, next one is from Lebanon. So 1,000 lira, or 1,000 pounds. The current exchange rate is about 100,000 pounds, so this is worth about a cent. So Lebanon's pretty much a failed state. So we have, this side we have French, on the other side we have Arabic. And you can see the serial numbers are in Western and Eastern Arabic, as well as Arabic script and Latin script. And on this side we have the development of writing. So we've got Arabic down below. We've probably got Nabatean. We've probably got Phoenician. Now Phoenician's probably at the top. Phoenician, we've done it. Phoenician, Aramaic, Nabatean to Arabic. So that's what I'm guessing that is. Anyway, I guess the bottom is Arabic, top is Phoenician, which is another Semitic language. So these are all Semitic languages, the same language family. So this one you can use in Lebanon for a cent, for 1,000 lira. In this condition, not really worth much money. Okay, so we're talking about in Zambia. We had a conversion in 2005. Oh, it could have been 2012. 2012, I think. Yeah. Anyway, so 2005, Turkey converted currency 1 million to 1. So this was equivalent to 50 kudos. Now replace this with a bimetal coin. But this is the last 500,000 lira that they issued. Has Kemal Ataturk. All the banknotes have Kemal Ataturk, so not surprised there. He is the first president of the Republic. This one's not really worth much, probably $2 to $3. Looks like we've got the War Memorial in probably Antalya or Ankara. And quite a nice banknote. So I'm not too sure if I have this one. So I need to go through these and check to see if my extensive Turkish collection contains this banknote. Now, Turkey is my least favourite country, but I don't dislike Turkish people. They're actually quite nice. The food is actually quite nice as well. Beautiful. Okay, oh, another Egyptian banknote. This one has a mosque on one side. Looks like that's either 98 or probably... No, it can't be... No, it's definitely not 38. Yeah, this is probably 98. Okay, we have a mosque on one side. Watermark is Tutankhamun's death mask, and on the other side we've got the carvings. I think that's Abu Simbel. And these cartouches here are actually the name of the king, the pharaoh, the king, the monarch. So whenever you see hieroglyphs in these cartouches with a line down below it, you know that's referring to one of the pharaohs. This one's probably just $2 to $3. Quite a nice banknote. And then they do have a bimetal £1 coin, but they probably also still use the banknote. Next country, Papua New Guinea. So that is close to, where's the other banknote of? Okay, the Solomon Islands. So if we can find, and here it is. So here's the $2. So Bougainville, which is the southern part of Papua New Guinea, is border Solomon Islands. So these are quite close. One uses a dollar, the other one uses the kina, which they adopted from the Australian dollar in 1975. This one looks like a 19, probably earlier version. Now the colours are the same as Australia, so this is purple, like the Australian $5 banknote. And this banknote replaced this banknote. So this one was in circulation Papua New Guinea at the time in 1975, and it was replaced by this banknote. So that's why the colours are similar. This one has the bird of paradise. It has nice geometrical features of Papua New Guinea. And SST. On this side we have various themes from Papua New Guinea. So 5 kina. This is probably sells for about $5. But I want to see if that is in my collection. I probably don't think so, because it is lacking the actual colour background. So I reckon it's the early version, which I don't have. Okay, the next one we have is a banknote from Greece at 200 drachma. So this was issued in so this is 1996, and in 2000 they issued a 500 drachma coin. So I reckon this was taken out of circulation. You have a guy here, can't read Greek. Phelios. Anyway, he's probably Independence leader. Here's another theme from Independence. So there's either a theme of independence on these banknotes and coins, or ancient Greece. So this one's probably, I picked one up recently just for $3 in this condition. So really, not really high value banknote, but when they were in circulation, the exchange rate was about, this was equivalent to about $1. Okay, another Greek banknote. It's from 1987. This one has a Greek coin on it, so I need to look up what that coin is. And looks like we got Olympia and Apollo. That's it. Apoll, Apollon. So the Greek god Apollo. And on the background we have, the ruins at Olympia. And we have a man with discus. So Olympians were open to any Greek male of any of the city-states, not for slaves or foreigners. So that's the first Olympics. So this one, yeah, probably about $5 for that. But I'm not too sure if I have it. Quite an interesting banknote, see? So, on Greek banknotes, you got either independence or you got ancient Greece. There's not much from medieval, which is pretty much probably the Byzantine Empire. Okay, the bank. So the Mahatma Gandhi series of India, 10 rupee. They usually have staples where they staple them together. This one you can still use in circulation, although they've been replaced by the current series, which is a lot better. And guaranteed by central government. Don't believe that, because they demonetise the 1,000 euro. And here we have it in different languages. 10 rupees. We have various animals of India. Probably worth less than $1, but if you're in India, just spend it. And the last banknote is a current banknote of Czech Republic, 50 koruna. Although they might have replaced it with a coin. So it's in Australia, it's equivalent to $2.50. And it's part of the current series of banknotes. Here we have, and these are Seska. On the back we have various themes. So we have the coat of arms of the different areas of Czech Republic, which is Bohemia and Moravia. Probably also, I need to look that up, I'm not too sure. But anyway, as far as I know, this is still legal tender and you can spend it. Anyway, probably $2 to $3 for that. So really nothing much here. All I'm going to do with these banknotes is just update my collection. Just keep the ones that I don't have. Or maybe if some of these are better, keep them. If not, then probably just bulk lot them and sell them off again. Anyway, thank you very much. Have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time, and take care.